Potato Cat and welcome to my channel. Excuse my voice, I have a bit of a cold-like thing, but whatever. Today we're playing the letter. Previously, we found out we knew Becca, and apparently we gave her a makeover, and we described Ash in a very unpolitically correct way. And our drunky husband is not here, of course, as per usual. And that's pretty much where we left off. Though, looking at her now, she must have kept some of what I said in mind. Perhaps I did say something good at that time, even for her, enough for her to take it to heart. But all that didn't matter in the moment as I mull over what she's just said in my head. What Becky told me is very different from what Marianne told me. There is no time to ponder over that, however, as a hush descends upon the once lively crowd. The music of strings and chatter slows to a grinding halt as the doors from the foyer opens. The last of the latecomers should have arrived moments ago, and anyone else this late would simply be too embarrassed to show their face. So this can only be one person, or rather, one man. There is only one man who is audacious enough to arrive at his own party so late. Of course, our wonderful husband.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party?
And of course he has wine in his hand because why not?
I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the right mansion.
Unlike I, who was raised in the spotlight and simply grew used to its presence, he sought it out every chance he could, even when there was no spotlight that shone. And I'll never put it against him when he smiles like that. He did so quite brilliantly under the scrutiny when he channels his showmanship. You can tell by the way people's eyes light up as he speaks, how they listen enraptured, even if all he's doing is a simple greeting. A little wave of his hands here, a little smile there, and a bit of swagger. I always tell him that, if he's not to be a businessman, he'll do well as an entertainer. I love this side of him, especially when he looks at me, and he beckons me over to humbly share his place. Not a single second is wasted as I excuse myself from Becky's side, and I make my way to Luke.
Welcome one and all to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are all ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you would excuse my presumptuousness.
Oh, that laugh at the end. Also, humble? Humble abode? It's a mansion. What's not humble? A giant palace? Oh.
So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allowed the best to be served.
No, why would we serve crap stuff? Like, welcome to our mansion. Here's discount McDonald's.
Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone!
Yay! There is a round of applause, cheers, and even some hoots. Guests approach us left and right to shake Luke's hand and greet him personally, praises on their lips. It is because of this that I do not see her. Did the ghost come back? I do not see her until she's dangerously close, with fury in her eyes, and she's already spitting venom. Not a ghost? Oh. Johannes restrains her, taking care not to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman. Was I right? Did he sleep with her? I'm assuming this is Rochelle. Also, our journal just updated. Let's read it. October 28th. Here it is. The Wright Mansion officially opened its doors with a grand housewarming feast. Zachary Steele Ashton Ray and Rebecca Gales were seen attending. However, what was supposed to be a day of merriment turns out when Rochelle Lee, the chief inspector's wife, accused Light of fathering her unborn baby. Great. I didn't even get through that part, and you kind of ruined the surprise there, Mr. Journal. But yeah. Is it true? Well, I guess I was right. Right. Get it? 'Cause the name? Clever, no? But that does little deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go once the unborn child is hurt. Also, his face is not so great looking there, and the color of his wine changed as well. Although it might be too late for that, as I see an empty glass of wine in her hand. Where? Where's the glass of wine? No wine here? No wine there? Lies, I say, lies. How much has she imbibed in?
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here!
Oh, she is quite intoxicated.
You bloody bastard, standing there with your smarmy smile!
Oh no, not the smarmy smile. She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. Even as whispers and murmurs break out among the guests, all I can focus on is the heat of the moment. Obviously intoxicated, judging by the smell of alcohol on her breath. I'm not ticked off about this little display of hers, at least not yet. But I'm absolutely pissed by the fact that she didn't endanger her own baby by drinking. There is a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tension to subside. I keep a patient, if tight, smile on my face. It doesn't look like so. Your mouth is covered and your eyes are going whoa, 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 whoa. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is indecipherable. Sure?
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle. Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
I assume we invited her because she's our bestie.
I did.
Yep.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir.
I don't know. Seems a little suspicious.
What is even going on?
Like, she doesn't really have a reason to just accuse him, does she? Like, what would she have to gain from that? So, he had to sleep, even if the kid's not his, he probably did sleep with her at some point. I am just about to ask that exact same thing.
I don't know. But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself. I can't understand a word you're saying.
I can, even with all the British slang.
Where is that husband of yours? Lee! Collect your wife right now!
I feel like this is causing more spotlight to shine on the situation than if we just calmly kind of walked her out of the room.
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass! You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens!
Excuse me. What is this nonsense you're going on about?
Crazy talk! That's all it is! Just completely and utterly mad!
Thou protest too much, methinks.
Has anyone seen the chief inspector?
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility.
Oh,
God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
What? What?
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Of course he's going to deny it. Why would he say it was true?
Lies and slander, woman!
See?
Security! Johans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours. Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby?
What does that mean? What does a person who looks like they want to have a baby looks like? This is a weird thing to say.
Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
I mean, she takes care of her husband. I assume she can take care of her child. It's now that Johans returns as security. Wait, he left, but he was. Whatever. It's now that Johans returns with security along with a concerned looking Officer Lee. They surrounded her and moved to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by his pale face, he has heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man.
I'm so sorry for her behaviour. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Yes, and that usually has the exact opposite effect. Is there really nothing here but the ramblings of a drunk? Yes, that's right. There's no way that what Rochelle says is the truth. What she says doesn't match up. I know, Luke. If such a scandalous meeting are to be arranged, he would not do it in such an exposed place, especially not near his precious flowers. And he definitely won't promise responsibility of a child unless it can be helped. Besides, Luke will never go so far as to sleep with another woman, right? Okay, fine. Who am I kidding? If I'm to be completely honest with myself, he might cheat. With a bit of temptation and a bit of alcohol, he just might. And doesn't that just make my blood boil? To even think of the slightest possibility of an infidelity. Lee isn't too far off when he told me how Luke still acted like some young hotshot bachelor. It starts to make me think. Perhaps a break is needed. I need to work for my happy ending. I'm not particularly fond of Luke, to be honest. The fact that we're like, well, honestly, he might cheat is not the best hope. But maybe the reason that like we're having problems is because all of a sudden we turned into this person who threw ourselves away to make him happy, and then he just feels awkward about it. And I would hate to agree with Becky, because I quite frankly don't like her. Let's try to work on a happy ending. Even if her husband is a bit of a dick. We don't really know what's happening. I feel like we'll learn more if we select this option. It takes two to tango. Relationship status updated. Okay. Luke likes us a bit more now. Okay. Becky's words are still fresh in my mind. And I can't help but think that the girl, plucky woman that she is, has a point. If I love Luke, I'll have to fight for him, don't I? So far, I've been doing nothing and sitting on my behind hoping it'll fix itself. This whole mess definitely isn't going to fix itself. How dare that woman try to drag our name and our relationship through the mud with her lies? And that's my own party. Determination fires me up as I take a step forward into the middle of the fray. All the while she has been screaming. I signal for security to stop, and I can already feel the glower on my face as I stare into hers. She wilts as soon as she sees me. She started to grow anxious and her protests died down. I can see her haughty, angry expression turn into horrified realization. Rightfully so, she should be scared. What is it that they say again? Never wake a sleeping dragon. They often think that Luke is the one in charge, that he is the one to be feared and appeased. They think of me as only the pretty wife. They forgot that I am just as capable, just as worthy of respect.
I invite you, my friend, into my house on a day of merriment. And you insult my name and accuse my husband of infidelity. What have I ever done to make you treat us with such disrespect? You are no longer welcome in any of our estates, our properties, and our businesses. And we will no longer patronize yours.
Does she have her own business?
Now, escort the girl and make sure she isn't standing even an inch within our grounds.
Oh, Hannah's mad. She looks devastated. Reasonable. This does make her into a pariah, doesn't it? I should feel concerned, but I can't find even an inkling of mercy within me. I don't know what her plan was. I don't know what she wanted to make out of this. The money? Luke? It doesn't matter what she wanted.
You won't show your face to me ever again if you know what is good for you, Rochelle. Take her away.
The tension is thick in the air, and the silence that embraces the room is so set that one can practically hear a pin drop. There are worried and almost fearful glances from some of the guests. They all know this is well within my right. She is the one who started this whole dilemma. It just so happens that I'm the one ending it. As long as everyone hold their tongue and don't interfere, none of the consequences matter to me. Especially, my darling looks at me with different shine in his eyes. It almost seems as if he's proud of what I've done. And that spurs me on more than anything. Nonetheless, I still act upset, because this does not change what had just happened. He still has a lot to answer to, because even if the woman is lying, there is always an inkling of truth in every lie. So when I turn on him to say that the shock this ways bring me gratification is an understatement, of course, there's no reason to make a husband and wife spat into a public spectacle. Some privacy, haha, got real British there, will generate the least number of headaches and complications. Everyone is still far too busy in the ballroom, and most of the staff are still in the kitchen. A sharp glance at anyone who'll go through the doors is all it takes to make them retreat. And the most private we can get without me dragging Luke all the way to our bedroom is the foyer.
And you. We are going to talk about this, Lucille Mitchell-Wright.
Her name is Lucille.
Not now, but we will talk about this.
Right! I swear that is not my child, no matter what that woman says!
It's okay, that's what science is for.
Hannah, darling, you believe me, don't you?
I believe that it isn't your child.
Well, she does. I haven't decided yet.
But you never said that you did not cheat on me with her. We'll have a talk about that tomorrow, among other things.
Dun, dun, dun.
What for?
I mean, what for? For obvious reasons, you dickhead.
What other things?
The drinking, the fact that you're a dick.
About us, Luke. This isn't right, this doubting each other and not talking. That's why we'll talk. If anyone needs me, I'll be in our room. I'm in no mood to be talking with anyone about anything, especially nosy buggers who have no business with any of it.
Indeed, those nosy buggers have no business.
Should I be worried? Scared?
Yes.
Because you know threats do not work with me, Hannah.
None of those. You should know I'm not your enemy, Luke. I need rest. That's all.
Of course! Of course! You must be so tired. You've earned some peace.
I feel like that was slightly sarcastic.
I'll take over the party from here.
Good night, love.
Good night, Buttercup.
Sometimes I forget that leaving Luke to hunt at a party is a horrible idea. The journal has been updated. Let us see if it has spoiled anything. In the aftermath of Rochelle's accusations, Hannah banned her former friend from setting foot in any of their properties. She was then seen dragging her husband all the way to the mansion's foyer in order to set things straight with him. Because come morning, the dining hall is a mess with a few of his drunk friends sleeping about. At least a dozen men and women are scattered about, sleeping like they are in alcohol-induced comas. Even Officer Lee is there, sleeping off the effects and still clutching a bottle of 1998 Jumel. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that incorrectly. No doubt, Luke has served some of his stores in absinthe. Judging by the faint burnt smell, they had set fire to the laughter too. Louis Bohème. Yeah. There's only so much I can tolerate, as well as we have Johans retrieve every single one and get them a cab. And they are everywhere. At the table, on it, and underneath it, and some are even in the kitchen.
Nap time is over, Kinder. Time to go.
And oh dear, this has pissed off our valet, though he is still a man of silent fury. Although it is a little treat to hear him utter curses in German from the other room. I imagine Luke will be amused as well, if it isn't his guests that are being thrown out. Instead, he is brooding in his seat, rolling a stalk of daffodil in between his fingers.
He's energetic, and you aren't drunk. That, or you are getting better with handling your hangovers without your dog hairs. Should I be looking out the window to see if the sky has turned red and if pigs have started to fly?
I am unfortunately completely sober, Hannah.
You seem so upset about that.
And how does it feel not being hungover?
Still miserable.
It'll get better.
Or so they say. You wanted to talk about something?
Well, it's nice he ended up being sober, so he wouldn't be hungover during this conversation.
You know, for once, I wish you were hungover. Maybe this isn't the best time for this talk.
No, please. I do not like loose ends. And this is a bloody ugly loose end.
Then, first things first, I want you to be honest with me, just between the two of us. Without others to impress, without people listening in. Just you and me.
Did you or did you not sleep with Rochelle Lee and got her pregnant?
I didn't get her pregnant.
Oh, so he slept with her.
But the thought of having a child with her? Can you just imagine it? Or rather, don't. I can already see it. It'll look like that ruddy pig boy from that Young Wizard book.
What?
I don't care about once upon a time. What I'm asking is if you were with her the other night during my party.
Him not showing up in most of the gatherings I've hosted in the past is nothing new. Of course. The one I've had last week is no different. It's merely another thing I've gotten used to between us after things turned sour. After Rochelle's outburst last night, I won't deny feeling the disappointment, the betrayal. What's done is done, however, though, at the very least, I still want to hear the truth from her.
She made me meet with her the night of your party. But I swear, I only agreed to go so that I could tell her I wasn't having none of it. It isn't my baby. I don't even think it's Lee's. Poor bloke. I mean, I probably slept with her once.
Wait, probably slept with her once? Meaning you don't know if you did. Like, you have slept with so many people that you can't remember if you did or did not sleep with someone.
We were probably incredibly drunk, but that would have been a long time ago before she was preggo.
Which is why she would have thought she was pregnant with your baby. So she wouldn't have thought she was pregnant with your baby if she didn't sleep with you before she was pregnant, because she would have already been pregnant, and thus it would have made no sense.
Are you sure, Luke? You're not making anything up or leaving anything out?
Of course not. I swear it on my mother's grave.
He swears it, he says, as he hands me the flower with such tenderness. And I believe him.
Well, if that's all you wanted to talk about, you shouldn't have made me worry.
For the sake of my sanity and for the sake of our marriage, I'll pretend that you never said any of that. Are you sure you aren't drunk now?
Haven't had a single drop and hating it.
Would you like something to drink? Because I'm not done. I have something else to tell you.
No thanks, maybe I will after this little talk you wanted to have. I already told you, and you already said you believe me that the brat isn't my child. I already spilled that I might have had drunken sex with her once, and you wish to wipe that off your memory. So do we have anything else to talk about? Because have at it. I'm all ears.
Ooh, what is she going to say?
You're pretty miffed for someone who just admitted to his wife that he's cheated.
And you're stalling. I can tell that incident has you shaken up. So why don't you just spit it out and get this all over with?
I'm pregnant.
What? Come again?
She's pregnant.
You heard me.
You've got to be kidding, right?
Oh no, does he not want to have a child?
This must be some kind of joke. Are you taking the piss at me? Because, woman, I don't need a second fake pregnancy.
Instead of answering, however, I stay silent and let the matter of the fact sink into his head. His face heats up for a moment before he goes pale, or purple. I would say this is purple. He raises a hand in hopes of asking for a drink, but the morning staff are still busy evicting the last of his inebriated companions. He doesn't even bother to bark out orders, as if he's lost his very voice. Actually, he looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating.
This is Anna, darling. I need some air. How long have you been?
Well, we'll find that out in the next episode, shall we? I am Tato Cat. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon.